All right, everybody, I am back with a brand new DC update. I'm also going to continue to leave the links in my videos for the time being. If you can help with our family dog who is having some spinal issues, we are going to have the consultation tomorrow. I would appreciate any support you guys can give. I've given 3 ways where you guys can help donate to help our dog. It's going to be very expensive for the diagnostics, but she is doing a lot better today, and I may do a separate video talking about how she is progressing and what I think is going on with her. But let's get into the DC stuff today. So the first video I have for you is it does appear that the Batman universe is alive and well, and that they are going to be expanding upon it. And we're going to look at this article that, now this is from IGN. I went to go look for the Entertainment Weekly article that this comes from. I couldn't find it. I don't know why I can't find it, but it wasn't on EW's main page where all the Batman stuff was listed, so I'm not sure where they have it listed. But for the sake of getting the video out, I just grabbed the IGN article, which I think is condensed anyway, which is good because I didn't want to go through an entire huge article. We want to focus on the Batman universe itself. Now, we're going to look at this article, and then I'm going to tell you what I think may happen and could happen, and I'll give an example to back up my thoughts on this. But let's take a look at this IGN article first off here. So it says, the Batman universe is called the Batman Epic Crime Saga. After the Penguin, what else? Matt Reeves' DC expansion is called the Batman Epic Crime Saga. According to Entertainment Weekly, the Batman director Reeves, alongside producing partner Dylan Clark, plan to launch a universe of movies and shows that branch from 2022's The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson as the Caped Crusader. The first effort in this endeavor is The Penguin, which sees Colin Farrell reprise his role as Oz Cobb. I don't like that they call it that. It's Oswald Cobblepot for HBO and Max's upcoming TV series. I really hope that this is the case, guys. They've already really upset a huge portion of DC fans with what they did with the DCEU. The Batman was a good start. Now, I believe the film to be a very flawed Batman movie, but I do enjoy it and look forward to anything that this universe has more than anything that James Gunn is putting out. I'm just telling you right off, I think people recognize that. I saw the first film as a good starting off point. There has to be growth in the Batman character for him to work in a second film, though, because I still stand by the fact that he would never Batman. I don't care what year of his career he's at. He would never walk up to the Iceberg Lounge and knock on the front door. He survived a bomb in the face. He survived a wingsuit impact death that would have killed anybody, regardless of how they were protected. He was slow talking, slow moving. It was not a typical Batman. So if he's going to continue like that in follow-up films, I don't think it's going to work. He has to have major growth to become the Batman that we need him to be. Now, I am looking forward to the Penguin show. I thought Colin Farrell did a fantastic job as Oswald Cobblepot. But let's see what they say about upcoming projects. It goes on to say, as already announced, the Penguin is set 1 week after the Batman and leads into the events of the upcoming The Batman 2. Reeves told Entertainment Weekly that discarded spin-off ideas, including a series focusing on the Gotham City Police Department and an Arkham Asylum concept, but HBO execs suggested he focus on marquee characters instead. Elements of the PD treatment are said to have made their way into the Penguin. Meanwhile, Reeves said the Batman HBO Max series is on hold. We're not really doing that, and that wouldn't be drawn on whether Pattinson's Batman shows up in the Penguin. The Penguin lead writer and showrunner Lauren LaFranc was more chatty, however, saying the show is the bridge between the two films, pointing to 2026's The Batman 2. We're going almost directly into the second film Matt has planned, LaFranc said. What else might the Batman Epic Crime Saga include? There's another TV show in the works apparently, but all Clark would say is this. We're looking at this entire world as it relates to who Batman is, the antagonists around him, all the crime that has to be navigated in the city and trying to figure out where are the areas that are best to explore. What I'm really glad is the fact that the Gotham City Police Department and Arkham show, it was originally going to be a GCPD show and then morphed into Arkham Asylum show. And here's proof, guys. James Gunn came out and said that the Arkham Asylum show was always going to be in the DCU. That is a direct lie. And it is proven by this article. I've talked about this in videos in the past. I've read everything that Reeves talks about. I've been following this since the beginning. And I told you guys that this was originally going to be a GCPD show, morphed into Arkham Asylum like they said here. Reeves talked about that. And then all of a sudden, James Gunn said that they've taken that and Reeves was going to be producing it for the DCU. That was never the plan originally. And I'm glad that it got canceled so that if they decide to move forward with it, it's going to go here. Now, another option is that originally that Arkham Asylum show was going to take a lot of elements of Ben Affleck's script for the Batman. Another reason why it may have been canceled is that maybe, just maybe, they are going to license this out to something like Amazon or Netflix to be able to create those other projects that were meant for the DCEU. As a comic book fan, there are many iterations of these characters. I think the more the merrier. There is a multiverse out there. And if James Gunn just continues to focus on his stuff and cancels everything else, that's not a good look because there is a multiverse. And he promoted that heavily. James Gunn himself did when The Flash came out. And it's pretty crazy stuff. So, and I want you to notice also that I haven't seen James Gunn post anything in regards to the Joker 2 trailer that came out yesterday. He did a little bit of promoting of the Penguin just by posting the trailer when it hit. It says, the Batman Epic Crime Saga is separate to the DC Universe, which is led by DC Studios CEO James Gunn. Superman and Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, are the only two films from DCU currently in production, the former of which is the only DCU project with a release date at July 11th, 2025. Also in production is Peacemaker Season 2, which we knew about, which will pick up right after where Season 1 left off. Again, not supposed to be canon. Lanterns, and a handful of animated projects, including Creature Commandos, which kicks off the DCU in December of 2024. He said, James Gunn said that the DCU actually kicked off with Blue Beetle, didn't he? Didn't he? Or actually The Flash, didn't he? Someone correct me on that. Plenty of the DCU Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters is still being worked on behind the scenes, including films, The Authority, The Brave and the Bold, and Swamp Thing. On the TV show front, DC Studios has Waller, Booster Gold, and the aforementioned Paradise Lost awaiting the green light. I don't care about a Waller show. I don't care about a Booster Gold show. Paradise Lost, if it doesn't have Wonder Woman in it, what's the point? These can definitely expand on the DC universe, but it doesn't really give you the meat and potatoes of who these characters are. Now, if Wonder Woman is going to narrate and possibly be in Paradise Lost, okay, that's all right. But don't just do these shows. It's kind of like how I looked at the Gotham show that was on the CW. You do it without Batman, but you have all the villains. It's just bizarre. It's just not the way to go about doing things. It's like they want to dance around their main characters. I want to see the main characters. We got a glimpse of that with the DCU, and then the rug was pulled out from underneath us. Now I'm going to talk about what may happen with this whole Batman saga. What could happen is the whole thing could get canceled. I'm not kidding about this. There is still a very real possibility, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. There's a lot of people who come in and keep saying I've made so many lies in my videos, and I have never lied to anybody about anything that I've reported on this channel. And I never said that the Batman 2 was going to get canceled, but there is a good possibility it could the more they push it off. And the fact that now they've got the release date of The Brave and the Bold supposedly going to be moving into that same year, that's going to be kind of bizarre. And I could see James Gunn coming in just saying, nope, we're just going to cancel it. We don't want any confusion with our stuff. That is a very real possibility. And I point to the fact that just remember when Henry Cavill announced that he was back as Superman and that got the internet on fire and everybody was talking about it. And then a few months later, he has to announce his departure as Superman because James Gunn took over. Things can change, guys. Things can absolutely change at the drop of a hat. They just can. All right, guys, I do appreciate all the support. I do have a couple more videos coming out. I'm going to do my regular DC update. I still need to talk about the sale and the breakup of Warner Brothers, which is going to happen at some point. So I do have more videos coming out in the coming days. I do appreciate all the support. We will see you guys on the next video.